As a kid, my favorite anime was Naruto. Some of my favorite anime fights include Naruto vs. Pain, Rock Lee vs. Gaara, and Naruto vs. Neji. But Naruto vs. Neji stands out in particular because of what it represented. Rock Lee was one of my favorite characters because he was an underdog who built himself up through sheer willpower and self-determination. It resonated with me. His character was the complete opposite of Neji, who was a staunch believer of destiny and determinism. He believed that everything was predetermined and that a person could never escape their destiny, which made sense considering the life he lived. Neji was born into a lower caste of his clan because his father was born only a few minutes after his older brother. Neji's fate was to serve the members of the main branch of the clan. He even got tattooed with the mark of a slave. Neji's position in his family wasn't something he chose. His destiny was chosen for him. So when he clashed with Naruto, the class clown who failed to master the shadow clone jutsu for 3 years before mastering it through sheer dedication, their battle was bound to be interesting. So they fought and Neji lost. But I had a lot of issues with the way Naruto defeated Neji and how Neji's character changed after their fight. Naruto outsmarted Neji and beat him with strategy and eventually brute force. My main problem with it was that Naruto acted a lot more smart than he usually acts. Throughout the show's first half, Naruto was one of the dumbest characters in his class. He failed to master the shadow clone jutsu multiple times. Having him beat Neji with a clone he used as a decoy was a great way to show how he's come, but Naruto was still very dumb compared to Neji. He lost due to his arrogance. Most people though didn't like how he used the Nine Tails to beat Neji instead of his own skills and energy, which completely invalidated the central conflict of hard work versus determinism. After losing to Naruto, Neji's world view changed, and I don't think it was for the better. While yes, he stopped thinking that a person's destiny was set in stone and there's nothing they could do about it and started believing that Naruto's way was the right way. His actions, however, told a different story. Although now he believed that Naruto's way, meaning hard work, is what makes a person successful instead of the circumstances of their birth. He didn't try to fight against his destiny as the story went on. In fact, it seems like he embraced it even more. Before their battle, Neji believed in destiny, but he was actually fighting against it whether he knew it or not. Mastering the 64 trigrams better than his cousin in rotation, a move only known by members of the main branch, and being stronger than his cousin who was born into a higher status than him. All of that was him fighting against his destiny through hard work, but as the story went on he didn't stick to that. Naruto, Sasuke and everyone else got stronger while Neji got left behind. He didn't try to get stronger or improve his skills. This got even worse in the second part of the story. He went from being one of the most important characters to barely having any screen time or character development. The only thing of note he did in the second half was die. He died protecting the head of his family for no other reason than to bring Naruto and Hinata closer together. There's so much wrong with this that I could spend an hour talking about it. But the summary of it is that Neji's death and Naruto becoming the child of prophecy proved in a way that he was right about life being predetermined. Neji should have fought Rock Lee instead of Naruto. The only reason Naruto made it his mission to defeat Neji was because he beat up Hinata. You know, the girl that Naruto only cared about for a few episodes and ignored for the rest of the series. Rock Lee's entire motivation for getting stronger was to become a splendid ninja, to make his sensei proud and to beat Neji. He worked for his strength, unlike Naruto who used the Nine Tails. It would have been great to the smug prodigy get the smirk wiped off his face by the underdog who trained hard. I'm not saying Neji and Hinata's fight was bad in any way, I'm just disappointed that it only happened to make Naruto look good. Maybe Naruto should have fought Gaara instead of Neji in the exams. Having Gaara hurt Hinata and then fight Naruto in the next round would have been more interesting. After losing to Lee, Neji should become more humble and less of a smug jerk. He should have grown stronger and become the strongest member of his clan and hopefully become the leader. Destroying the caste system and making the clan more based around how fit someone is to rule and not about if they're born into a position of power or not. In the end, I don't think Naruto is a bad show, but I do think that it could have done a better job with its characters.
Sick and tired of bitches acting like they wanna know me. Brother ain't a phony, tried to check me, it's a warning. Let's go!